All right, this is the visual cue eyes up drill. This drill is all about the eyes. All right, we are focusing on when we do a takeoff, where are our eyes at takeoff? There's a lot of people who want to look down at takeoff to make sure their foot touches the board. If I do that and I look down, usually either my body's gonna come forward at it or I'm gonna overstride. Usually if I'm looking down, I'm gonna end up overstriding. It's very rare that you see someone look down and do a shorter step. Okay, so I want my eyes, or the other thing is they come in on their penultimate step, their eyes are at the board, and then they look up real quick because everyone hears, okay, eyes up. So they don't want to look down the takeoff board. So they come through on the penultimate step, they're looking at the takeoff board, and then they make any adjustments they need to make, and then their eyes come up as they come into their takeoff. Well, then what happens is your eyes comes up, and then you end up leaning way back, and then you end up with one of these actions where your heel comes out because you've stepped too far out, right? We never want to jump like this. We want to jump like this. So what I'm going to do is have my eyes up from an earlier step. So the first thing I can do is just have the athlete come down here and guess their steps so they don't actually know how far they're going to run up. So they're going to just guess, and the whole time they're going to keep their eyes up. I like to say horizon. Now, another key you can use for this, or coaching cue, is when I was doing water skiing, you see the water skiers do the water ski jump, and the coaching cue they use for that is knees, trees, freeze. So you want to have your knees, you want to have your trees, your eyes up at the trees, and then you want to freeze and hold, not move. I like to use that for long jump too. You want to lock in, your eyes up above the horizon as you freeze up. Your eyes stay up above the tree line, right? So I'm looking at the top of the tree canopy, wherever it would be. So I'm just going to come down here. I'm just going to guess where I am. I'm going to do a few steps the whole time just to pop up, but I'm never going to let my eyes come down, even when I land. I'm not going to land. I'm just going to do a pop up, but I keep my eyes up. I'm going to have the coach stand or a fellow athlete stand right where this camera is so that they're watching the eyes, okay? So the first time, their eyes are going to be up. So I'm just going to come down, boom, 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 boom. Okay, so I did that. I stayed up. Another very important thing to remember is if there's a gap between this and the sand, then the athlete can have a little bit of fear of rolling over. So you always want to make some kind of berm right here. So I make a little berm so that even if I do step over, I'm not going to end up getting injured. Okay, so I just guessed on that. The second time I do it, I'm actually going to make eye contact with the person who's standing there. So if it's a coach, if it's an athlete, we're going to lock eyes, and I cannot take my eyes off of that athlete. And now I'm back here. I'm going to lock eyes, can't take my eyes off the athlete. Boom, 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 boom. Cool. So I made eyes the whole time. Now, I'm going to come back over here. Now I'm going to do a third time, and then I'm going to land. And then I'm going to do something else. And then with the landing, and we'll get in this in later, your eyes are up until the point of when you start coming down and you get into your, whatever it is, the flight phase you're using, right? If you're using some kind of hang or sail, your eyes are up until the point where you start to fold and you go through leg shoot, then your eyes will come down. If you're doing hitch kick, it's going to vary depending on if you're doing single or double hitch kick. But eyes up until we're coming out of our parabola, and then you can start to look down, okay?